I wanted to make a video today about the passing of Thich Nhat Hanh because I have been so influenced by him and his work. And I taught a class this evening and read one of the meditations in his book, Peace is Every Step. And I was looking through, and I hadn't planned anything, and I was looking through and I saw the hugging meditation. And it's very in line with the living in Leela, one of the aspects of living in Leela, one of the recommendations that I make, and that is to take 3 breaths. And I teach it where you touch the heart, you touch your heart, and close your eyes and take 3 breaths, full breaths, in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. It doesn't matter, but fully coming back to your breath. And Thich Nhat Hanh talked about that as coming home to yourself. Bringing your attention to your breathing. And this is very powerful for me and for everybody, really. I mean, it's an incredibly simple and powerful practice. And when you can do it with another person, you are really lucky. And you can start. You can start today. You can start tonight. So I'm going to read it, and then I'll talk just a little bit more about Thich Nhat Hanh and his influence. Hugging meditation. Hugging is a beautiful Western custom, and we from the East would like to contribute the practice of conscious breathing to it. When you hold a child in your arms or hug your mother or your husband or your friend, if you breathe in and out 3 times, your happiness will be multiplied at least tenfold. If you are distracted, thinking about other things, your hug will be distracted also, not very deep, and you may not enjoy hugging very much. So when you hug your child, your friend, your spouse, your lover, or even sit next to them, but okay. I recommend that you first breathe in and out consciously and return to the present moment. And it's like returning to yourself, becoming connected to yourself so that you can connect with that other person, so you can really connect with that other person. It's hard to authentically connect with other people when you're not connected to yourself. So breathe first in and out, and with being consciously, and return to the present moment. Then, while you hold him or her in your arms, breathe 3 times consciously, and you will enjoy your hugging more than ever. He talks about how they practiced hugging meditation at a retreat that he was leading, and one of the men went home, and when he arrived at the airport and his wife was there to pick him up, he hugged her that way. He did the conscious breathing, and she came to the next retreat that Thich Nhat Hanh taught in Chicago. And he cautions, it takes some time to get used to hugging like this because we're not used to it, and it's not encouraged often in our society, except in certain pockets. But Yeah, so if you feel a little hollow inside, you may want to slap your friend's back while you hug him or her in order to prove that you're really there. Yeah, we do that. And that they're really. But to be really there, all you need to do is breathe. And suddenly, he or she becomes completely real. The two of you exist in that moment together. And it may be one of the best moments of your life. And I can attest to that, especially with somebody. I have a few people in my life, some family, some friends, lover, who I really that I am so blessed to connect with in that way. Suppose your daughter or son comes and presents him or herself to you. If you're not really there, if you are thinking of the past, worrying about the future, or possessed by anger or fear, the child, although standing in front of you, will not exist for you. And I can attest to this. And while I can attest to this. And I think most parents can. They've had that experience of just not really being there. They're like a ghost, and you may also be like a ghost. But if you want to be with her or him, you have to return to the present moment. You have to come home. You have to return to your essence. Breathing consciously, uniting body and mind, your consciousness with the physical act. You make yourself into a real person again because you're integrated. Real people are integrated. Shadow, body, thoughts, all the, light, good stuff, bad stuff, emotions, that's real. And the essence of our realness is certainly our aliveness, which is we experience through our breath. When you become a real person, your daughter or son or lover or spouse or also becomes real. They are a wondrous presence, and a real encounter with life is possible at that moment. If you hold her or him in your arms and breathe, you will awaken to the preciousness of your loved one and of life. Yes, Thich Nhat Hanh, and he was so devoted to his Sangha, and to Plum Village, and to his work, and to helping minimize the suffering of people. And it was such a precious, and in the simplicity of his teachings, powerful teacher. And I just am crying tears of thankfulness that I know of him and that I've learned. These teachings, and that I have been able to share them in whatever small way with other people. So enjoy practicing your hugging meditation. And if you can, if you are in quarantine, hug yourself. That's what we did in our class because we were online. We hugged ourselves 3 breaths.